Hello everyone, welcome back. Savage here, coming back with part 10 of What If Deku Was a Ghost. And in the last part, I left you guys on a cliffhanger and did a dick move, so I decided to upload this video as quickly as possible, just, to make up for it. Not really. Regardless, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's just get right into the video. Shall we? As right now, Midoriya is standing inside the arena, Bakugo on the opposite side. As for the viewers that are watching this, they all are on the edge of their seats. Everyone around the globe is watching this. Not only in Japan, but the whole world. All Might is also watching this. He wondered, how did Midoriya manage to do all of this? He remembers this boy. It's the same kid that... Well, he told him that he can't be a hero, and yet he's right there, in front of him in the finales of the sport festival, in front of one of the students of his own hero class that he'd been training for a while. Aizawa and Present Mike are also talking about the fight and how they expect it to go. Present Mike explaining that today we might actually have a historical event, Aizawa. Who knows, if this kid actually wins, this will gonna go down in history as the first quirkless kid to ever win a sport festival, since the first sport festival that ever been made. But if Katsuki Bakugo win, well, it will be a nice, it will show that still, you can be strong, but you can't be a hero without a quirk, I guess. What do you think, Aizawa? As Aizawa said, as I told you, Bakugo will not gonna go down so easily. And the kid only have just smoke bombs and flash grenades. I don't know how this fight will gonna go. The logic would say that Bakugo would most definitely win with his explosion quirk, but so far this kid is really creative and did a lot of amazing things. Who knows? Maybe this fight won't be as quick and simple as we all expect. As Present Mike said, "Alright then, why keep the suspense? Let's just start this already. You hearing me, Midnight?" As immediately Midnight said, "Heard you clear." As immediately she just said, "Alright, you two, are you ready?" As Bakugo cracking his fingers while sparking some explosions, Midoriya is stretching his body, taking a deep breath, and immediately 3, 2, 1, go! At that moment, Bakugo dashes forward at an incredible speed towards Midoriya, which he tried to throw an explosion with his right arm. Izuku said in his mind, Bakugo might be strong, but I know him better than anybody, and I know that what he's going to do next. As immediately when Bakugo was about to throw a right hook into Midoriya, Izuku immediately dodged to the left, grabbed Bakugo's arm, and was about to push him out of the arena, but Bakugo managed to hold himself up with his explosion, pushing himself up in the air before he started going down into Midoriya. As Izuku said, he's gonna fall down, and with his left hook, as immediately Bakugo throws a left hook into the ground, trying to explode Midoriya, but Izuku managed to do a backflip away from him. Bakugo didn't stop at that. He immediately dashes back, and in the middle of Midoriya's backflip, Bakugo grabs Midoriya by his shirt and spins around before throwing him to the floor. As he was about to immediately go again and throw an explosion into Midoriya, but Izuku managed to kick himself up and standing up again and dodging Bakugo's attack before Bakugo just landed to the ground and with his hand into the floor, breathing heavily. After that bit of dashing that he was doing, it was a bit tiring after all, as Bakugo taking a deep breath saying, "Of course, I should not underestimate him. He knows a lot about me, more than anybody does. It almost feels like he knows what I'm doing before I even know it." As Midoriya also breathing a bit heavily, after all dodging so much is really tiring. At the same time, he's trying not to use any of his ghost abilities in front of the whole world. Regardless, Bakugo looking at Midoriya saying, "How does it feel, huh? Seeing yourself get into the top in the finals of the sport festival? You must feel yourself so big and strong, don't ya?" As Izuku said, "That's not how I feel. as Baku said, "Oh, shut up. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to prove me wrong that someone as quirkless as you can be a hero. Well, I need to tell you this. You will just gonna get yourself killed exactly like the last time in front of that sludge villain. Why are you doing this, you idiot?" As he immediately dashing into Midoriya. Immediately at that moment, Izuku dodges Baku's dash, but Baku tried to throw a kick into Midoriya. However, Izuku grabs his leg and was about to throw a punch into Baku's face, but immediately Baku with his other arm spins around using an explosion and landed an explosion on Midoriya's back. As he said, "You've been always the quirkless deku that is useless, so why don't you stay like that? Why do you have to fucking try so hard?" As immediately Izuku stand up and said, "Because I never give up, and I will never give up, no matter how many assholes will gonna come in my way, especially you. I'm tired of you calling me weak and pathetic. I am nothing like you calling me Bakugo, and I'll prove this by defeating you and winning this. I will prove to you that someone as quirkless as me can be a great hero like All Might." As all of the people that were hearing that, their hearts fell down of their bodies. Suddenly chills goes down the spines of everyone. Izuku continues speaking up saying, "You were always treating me so like a pathetic quirkless kid just because I was different. Because I had no special ability, I was the freak of the class. No one can be a hero just because he's quirkless. Well, I don't believe that. And that's what's pushing me forward. I'll show that I can be a great symbol for everybody that is quirkless around the world. By defeating you and winning this, even a quirkless kid like me can be a hero." As everyone hearing that, getting excited, and while Baku hearing that, he said, "Bull!" But before he continue his words, he can't hear anything. The only thing that he can hear is silent. And before he continue his words, he starts hearing the name being mumbled on everybody's tongues. "Midoriya, Midoriya, Midoriya." Everybody is cheering him on, calling on his name. Izuku looking left and right. Even Aizawa is looking at this. He's saying, "Seeing that this kid is moving the hearts of everybody around him. You have a weird way with words." As President Mike's saying, "It's saying that everybody starts being touched by that kid's speech. Man, I'm tearing up over here. Come on, show us what you got." As immediately Baku getting angry at this, saying, "Just because they're cheering you on doesn't change the fact that I'm gonna beat you." As when Izuku looking left and right, seeing everybody cheering him on, he's really surprised by that. He didn't expect that everybody would cheer him on like that. Immediately, All Might watching this, saying, although that he's quirkless, he still managed to make everybody feel a lot better about themselves. Everybody here is excited to see what he's gonna do next. And all just because of simple words. As All Might looking down, saying, "Young Midoriya, was I wrong about you? Is a quirkless hero possible?" As immediately in the arena, Baku goes back into attacking Midoriya rapidly, while Izuku dashing back into Baku. This time he's not going on the defense, he's going straight for the attack. And as usual, Baku goes with his left hook, trying to attack Midoriya, but Izuku immediately expected that, so he dodges to the left, going into the left side of Bakugo, and immediately using his elbow, hitting the side of his stomach, before using his feet trying to make Bakugo fall on the ground, which he managed to do by making him fall on the ground using his feet. Bakugo on the ground, Midoriya was about to jump him and try to pin him down to stop him from moving, but Bakugo managed to throw an explosion to the floor, pushing Midoriya off, saying, "Don't you dare look down on me!" As immediately he dashes towards him, and in anger throwing an explosion to Midoriya that shot him so far, although not far enough to shoot out of the arena. It caused his uniform to be ripped apart though, and some burn marks too. Immediately after which, Izuku breathing heavily, saying, "No matter what, I won't fall down. Not again. Never again. I won't gonna be falling victim to the likes of you." as immediately he dashes towards Baku again, with Baku just saying, "Why don't you just give up?" as he throws an explosion, and the fight continues. And Midoriya is on the losing side. He's getting beaten up badly. He's almost getting some burn marks from first degree. And Baku just breathing heavily, seeing Midoriya still standing regardless of all the pain that he is in. The blood's that's spilling out of his body, and the amount of damage that he took. And yet, even with all of this, the people are still cheering him on, his name still being screamed by all the people around the globe. Quirkless and quirked people are all cheering this one kid now. And as if all eyes of the world are on him, Izuku still refuses to give up and fall on his knees, saying, "Never again. I'm never falling again. Never in my life. That was the last time I'll ever fall. And this is not gonna be the time that I'll fall now. I gave a promise to myself that I'll never look down on myself, and I won't specially let people like you look down on me." As immediately Bug getting infuriated by this, immediately saying, "Alright, fine. You want it like this? I'll give it your way. I was going to let you go with a couple of marks, but I'm gonna send you to the hospital." As you fly up into the sky, as Aizawa watching it saying, "Wait, Baku is not gonna," as President Mike said, "What is Katsuki Baku is gonna do?" As Baku starts spinning around, and spinning faster and faster before saying, "How, sir?" As Baku saying, "He's not gonna," as immediately in that moment, Izuku using both of his grenades, the last thing that he have, throwing them into the ground, the smoke and the flash one. While at the same time, Cementos seeing this, immediately Aizawa screaming at the mic saying, "Cementos!" As immediately, to protect Midoriya from the damage, Cementos made a dome around Midoriya to protect him, which back when he throws the explosion, he said, "Impact!" As the explosion exploded the whole concrete wall that he built in front of Midoriya to protect him from the amount of damage that Baku was about to do to him. As the place is filled with smoke, everybody is on the edge of their seats. And Cementos said, "What happened?" As Midnight saying, I can't see anything. What happened?" As everybody watching, something shoots out of the smoke. As they said, "What shot out of the smoke?" As they see into the wall, the smoke is slowly evaporating. And when they look into it, they see that the one that is out of the arena is Bakugo, with his eyes widening. It's almost like he didn't realize what happened, as he loses consciousness. And inside the arena, when the smoke finally all evaporates, they see Midoriya standing up inside a giant crater, breathing heavily, before lifting his right arm up into the sky, and then finally giving up into his pain and fall. As the whole world is silent, everybody is quiet. Not a single sound can be heard from the sport festival. Not a single sound can be heard from the whole globe. And President Mike couldn't even mumble his words. The only thing that came into his mind is, he did it. He did it. As Aizawa said, he did it. All Might said, "No way." As President Mike said, "He did it! He did it! Aizawa, he did it! He actually fucking did it!" As immediately he starts violently shaking Aizawa, saying, "Izuku Midoriya did it! This is a historical event! The first quirkless child to ever did it! I'm proud! I'm proud of myself, everybody! Folks, I am proud to be the one to come and say that. I can't even mumble my words. It's just so big. I can't believe myself. Are you seeing this, Aizawa? Am I dreaming?" As he starts violently shaking him, while President Mike finally screaming in the mic saying, "I am proud to be the one to say that Izuku Midoriya from the support course, the quirkless kid, wins the sport festival!" As everybody around the stadium just jump off of their seats, screaming. Everybody's just cheering him on. The screams of the whole globes can be heard. Everybody is unable to believe this event. History just being made today on the UA grounds. A quirkless boy have won the sport festival. As Midoriya, while he's barely keeping himself conscious, can only hear the screams of his names being mumbled in the distance. As after which, this recovery girl and everybody else come to take him into the infirmary room with Bakugo. Bakugo doesn't have that much damage, except the one punch that he got thrown into the wall, which is still very odd how he just flew out of this, the arena, but yet Midoriya is being treated by the recovery girl. He is very damaged, but nothing a couple of bandages and her own quirk can do. Eventually, when Midoriya wakes up in the infirmary, he finds himself on the bed saying, "Oh, what happened?" As the recoverer said, "Oh, you're awake. Finally. Are you a good young man?" As Izuku said, "Ouch, my arm." As immediately Izuku seeing two other people by the side of recovery girl, being none other than All Might and Principal Nezu. As Principal Nezu said, "Take it easy. You had a very hard fight." As All Might said, "Yeah, young Midoriya." As Izuku said, Principal Nezu? Mr. All Might?" As Principal Nezu said, "You are actually quirkless." As Izuku said, "What?" As Mr. Nezu said, "Well, you've been unconscious. We done a bit more than just heal you. Just to make sure, we looked into your files and did a scan on your body to see that you're actually quirkless. Here, look at this, x-ray of your feet." As he's just showing the x-ray of Midoriya's feet with his extra joint in his pinky toe. As he said, "That's a mark that means that you're truly quirkless. Which means that there is no doubt about it. You did make history today." As Izuku said, "What did I exactly do?" "It's a bit foggy. Bakugo threw such a strong explosion at me." "Wait, what's happened to Bakugo?" As All Might said, "He's fine. He's just not here right now. He wants a moment for himself. But what you did, young Midoriya, is history. You won." As Izuku said, "Wait, I won?" As Mr. Nezu said, "Well, why don't you come out and see for yourself?" As after which, Mr. Nezu take Midoriya out while All Might getting ready to deliver the medals. And right now Izuku walk in with his arm broken and some bandages around his head. And he finally come out of the room. He can't but see flashes of light in his eyes, cameras flashing so brightly. He can't even keep his eyes open. And before he realizes it, he finally comes out into the stadium, seeing everybody cheering him on, still screaming his name. He looking left and right, everywhere, just spinning around, unable to believe. As he immediately being told by Principal Nezu saying, "Come on, take your rightful place as the winner. You earned it." As Midoriya just walking up into the first spot. And in that moment, he couldn't hold it in. He just had to cry. He just screamed saying, "Yes!" As immediately everybody just cheering him on before finally President Mike welcomes All Might, as All Might landing down saying, "I am here!" As he just walking proudly with the biggest smile on his face. All Might always smile, but today it just seems like his smile is about to chop down his face in half. As immediately he stand. First he gave the third place medal for Sero, and Baku wasn't there to take his second medal, so he already told everybody that sadly Katsuki Baku have already took his silver medal and needed to leave for some important business. But now, as he stands in front of Midoriya with the biggest grin that he could ever make, saying, "Young Midoriya, Izuku Midoriya from the support course. Today you have made history, boy. You have proved to the whole world that quirks aren't everything, that even a quirkless child like you can put up against the powerful heroes of the school. I am proud to say this today, that even a quirkless kid like you can truly become a hero. And
I also need to give you an apology. I am sorry for my harsh words for you, young man, before. You've proven me wrong. A quirkless hero can truly exist, and you showed the whole world this today. As immediately he holding his golden medal saying, be proud to carry this, because today you have changed this society for the better. As he put it around Midoriya's neck and Izuku just thanked him before, All Might's still so happy he couldn't hold it in. He just lifted up Midoriya and rest him on his shoulder, just lifting him up while saying, enjoy this moment, because this is a moment that you're gonna remember forever. This is a moment that the whole world will remember for centuries. As immediately Izuku just being carried on All Might's shoulder for the celebration. It's so bright. He can't even feel it anymore. It just feels so amazing. He did just make history today. And when All Might finally let him down, god damn, he couldn't even leave the stadium simply because the amount of people that surrounds him, the cameras that are snapping light in his eyes, gonna make him blind at this point. And the people that are asking for his autograph are off the roof. Well, Aizawa is also surprised by this. Deep down, he's quite happy. He never believed that this is possible. But, well, he just saw it in his own eyes. What more can he ask for? And normally I would have continued, but I think this is enough for one part. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell me what you think about this part. Truly tell me what you think about this part. And tell me what you think will gonna happen in the next part. And I have nothing more to say than Savage was here.